Do you ever wonder what it sounds like to have bald eagles exiting out of your tailpipe? Take a listen to this. Definitely sounds like freedom, doesn't it? So what you're hearing is a 9-blade RDS 64mm turbo to be exact. We offer a wide range of diesel turbos for your Duramax, Power Stroke, and Cummins. And other than having freedom screaming out of your exhaust pipe, I would highly recommend that if you have a diesel, that you get a lift pump. And not only that, it's gonna allow your diesel injection pump not to work as hard. But if you're just simply looking to add just a little bit more power, or maybe possibly taking your rig to the very next level, then look no further. We offer a wide range of performance parts and accessories to make your truck go from this to this. And right now is a perfect time to place an order because every $1 spent on the truckmasterdiesel.com website will give you one automatic entry to win a diesel turbo of choice or a $1,000 gift card. So don't miss your opportunity to take advantage of these deals before they are gone. So enough with the bald eagles talk, let's go ahead and get right down to business. So if you watched the previous video, I purchased this truck for $5,000. It's a 2006 Silverado. It has 0 drivetrain in it, but I already did all the legwork. I already picked up an LBZ Duramax engine. I have a transmission and a transfer case, and absolutely all the parts and pieces needed to get this truck back together. And the story behind this $5,000 Duramax, it's a Southern roller. This truck is actually from Tennessee, which in my opinion is gonna make my job so easy. As a matter of fact, I feel like I'm cheating because if you've watched some of my previous YouTube videos on restoring a truck frame, 100% of these truck frames that I restore on the channel come from the north. And I mean north of the Rust Belt, which means that all of these frames are shot. But over the years of restoring frames, in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I restore a frame. But I'm gonna keep this project very relatable so you guys can actually do this from home. You see, I'm not gonna take this thing to a professional sandblaster. I'm not gonna get the frame powder coated. And look, I know that's probably the best situation, but realistically, it's gonna run me about $5,000 to do it this way when I can simply just do it from home and it's still gonna look really nice. So stay with me, definitely watch this video from start to finish. I think you're gonna absolutely love this. I feel like I'm gonna knock this one out of the park anyways. But man, do we have a lot of work ahead of us. I'm gonna be removing the cab, I'm gonna remove the bed, we're gonna strip the frame down to basically bare metal. And depending on how much time I have left, the goal is to go ahead and put this truck all back together. But if you've just subscribed to the channel, welcome aboard. This is a great time to watch these videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get to work. Whether you guys think it or not, seeing some of that surface rust, that is not even rust. Looks so good. I mean, some spots on this frame, you touch it and you can still feel the factory wax on there. But the real thing here is, I'm pretty sure it's fine, but what is underneath here? That's where all the moisture gets trapped. This is the cross member that usually fails. And when that fails, the shock right here fails. And it's not good because if you think about it, the rear end is only secured by leaf springs, drive shaft, and shocks. That's it. So when this thing goes, I mean, you're basically, I mean, hold on for dear life. Don't pull the trailer. That's all I got to say. I've replaced this a couple times already on these. Not a big deal, but I'd rather not. So we're going to drop the tank here and see what's up underneath there. So stay tuned. Watch till the end. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and skip the nonsense and just pull this cab. I want to look at a bare frame. All right, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and pull it outside. I'm gonna power wash it really quick. Let it dry. I'm probably gonna have it dry overnight. But I must say, what a real treat this is. I don't have to do a whole lot. It's not gonna take me long to clean this frame down and paint over it. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look so good. should just drop. So that's out of the way. We don't need any of this stuff. Done. All right. So we'll get that out of here. We have the fuel tank removed. Go ahead and slide that out right now. Okay. It's like a full tank of diesel. Ugh. There we go. That's out of the way. All right, so it's the very next day, and we have the frame completely dried from power washing it. I don't think I did a perfect job, but that's okay, because we're gonna try to go over pretty much every little surface of this frame, the best that I can anyways. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what tools I'll be using. We have the heat going. My heat transfer is awesome. Matter of fact, if you guys don't know, you're new to the channel, that's how I heat the shop. I have a wood boiler right there. I burn wood in that little unit, and it sends that hot water right through here and transfers the heat. There's a little fan right back there. It almost acts as a radiator. Kind of useless information, but for some of you guys that actually care. It's getting colder. It's about 30, 40 degrees nowadays here in Michigan. I know some people are probably gonna lose some sleep over this. You're gonna get all worked up on how I'm doing this frame, but this is how I'm doing it. We're not doing a full restoration on this truck. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna finish this job today as far as painting it. And then once that's dried up, of course, the next day, we're gonna go ahead and start throwing the drivetrain on there. The only thing left after I'm done with the engine is gonna be the bottom end. Everything's gonna be completely stripped, but we're gonna do that there at Dylan's shop. Trans I'm not touching, transfer case I'm not touching. Those are good to go. I would say this is roughly about 250, 300 bucks. Kind of the cheaper, inexpensive way of doing it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna look just as good as the orange truck that I have outside. It's gonna look great. So I went to AutoZone, pick up some filler primer. We're gonna go ahead and spray it with my $18 Harbor Freight gun. It works perfect for what I'm trying to do. As far as scaling the frame down, we're gonna be using a barrel sander. Actually, it's not really called a barrel sander. The correct term is a surface conditioning tool. I have a couple finishing drums on reserve. So the goal here is to take all of the rust and all of the scaliness off of that frame, almost down to nothing. We're gonna go ahead and primer it. Both of these were about 60 bucks total. And once that dries, we're gonna be using a high gloss Rust-Oleum black. This stuff is phenomenal. I'm not saying that I highly recommend it on frames, but it hasn't done me wrong so far. I've already done 2 frames using this stuff. I'd probably save a lot more money if I just purchased a gallon of this stuff and just sprayed it on there. But I like the control because we're not stripping the entire frame down. So that's kind of the idea right there. But this is gonna come in key. If you have an angle grinder, I would highly recommend you guys do this as well. These are like 5, 6 bucks at Harbor Freight. I mean, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them should get you good as far as getting this entire frame down. But this is gonna work for the smaller spots. That's gonna work for the bigger parts of the frame. But this stuff right here is kind of where I'm getting at. I wonder how quickly that'll get that down. Let's see how this looks when I'm completely done with it. I think you're gonna like it. I know I will. It's just gonna be a lot of time and effort, but let's get started. So first time ever using one of those on a truck frame, and I've never seen results that quick. But my initial reaction, I wish I had one of these when I started working on the frame on the orange truck. That would have came in key. I probably won't be able to get it all the way down to bare metal just because all that wax is just building up on this barrel. And we're just spreading the wax. That's pretty much all we're doing. Doesn't really matter though. It looks incredible. The drum sander is gonna work perfect for the big spots. This is gonna work perfect for the little spots. Let me show you how effective these are. Now that I have all the wax removed off the top, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the little speckles of rust out of the frame. Let's see if this works. That's pretty awesome. I wish I'd have known this trick 3 or 4 builds ago. That'd have been nice. That's incredible. What did that take me, like, what, 15, 20 seconds? I'm gonna start getting to work. Let's see how this looks when I'm done. So I'm like 3 hours in. Let me show you guys the progress really quick. Check it out. This side was obviously a lot easier. There's a lot less stuff to go through. Here's the driver's side. And the idea right now is I'm just gonna primer it. Whatever 2 quarts will get me. Of course, let the primer dry. Once it dries, I'm gonna go ahead and kick the heat back on. And then very next morning, I'm gonna go ahead and get back in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and paint it gloss black. Should look really nice. I'm gonna use a lot of compressed air, you know, just some shop towels, wipe everything down nice and clean. We'll go ahead and throw this down. So let me fast forward you guys to a couple days later. It's early morning and I'm gonna spend all day trying to get this truck back together. And again, all we're gonna do is just put the cab on there. But of course, it's gonna take me a long time because I gotta put all the wiring harnesses back on there to the fuel tank, and of course get the engine and all the components back on this frame. But these cross members are in such good shape. Some people pay really good money for these. Some people actually cut these off or unbolt these, and they put them on eBay and sell them, and people buy them. Especially this part to the back of the frame. But everything's just looking great. I mean, look at these brake lines. I don't need to replace them. They look good. There's no reason to spend extra money. Absolutely no issues, no wear, no damage. I mean, I've literally had to replace these before. I mean, that's how bad they get. So I'm gonna go ahead and drum up the motivation and get this started. And like I said, the goal here is to get this thing to Indiana at Dylan's shop. So I only have a couple days. I just noticed something. It almost looks like somebody used self-tappers and self-tapped something against the inside of that back seat. I don't know why I'm complaining about that. That's not even a big deal. I can clean that up, put some body filler over it. Either way, I'm gonna get to work right now. That was close. We got a little bit of a ding in the drive shaft. It's actually kind of cut right there. I could put it on there, but I would never trust that drive shaft ever again. So unfortunately, I had to spend like 400 bucks and I bought another one. But hey, you know what? At least I know it's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this on off camera, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull it back outside. I'm gonna power wash everything, clean everything up, just make it look nicer. So now that everything is clean, let's go ahead and look at this frame really quick. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think. For the most part of this job, I think it looks better than factory. No more wax coating. But let's talk man hours here. It took me about 8 hours to strip this frame down, almost to basically nothing, and then paint it. Between coats with primer, I let it sit for a day overnight in the garage with the heat on, and then the very next day I came back in here and painted it. So it did take me several days to finish this job, but it was definitely worth it. I would say that if you're gonna do this outside in your driveway, definitely get that primer down. I don't think it's a good idea to do your frame without primering it first. Now I didn't want to break the bank. I know I was under 300 bucks, but sort of totaling everything out, I think it came out to about $240. But the cheapest route is to buy an angle grinder. Buy like 4 or 5 of these, depending on how rusty your frame is. Now this is lessons learned for me. This will really only work if your frame is rusted out completely. Like there's no more wax coating on your frame from the factory. Like that's completely gone. I know I brushed on it a little bit in the video, but I was using the wheel right here and I was basically just smearing the wax. It wasn't going all the way down to the frame. I wasn't seeing metal. I just kept seeing wax. But I still used it about 10% of the time. 90% of the time, it was the angle grinder, and man, it works great. So it's kind of a bummer I can't get the cab back on the frame because as I was going through all the parts and pieces, I'm actually missing torque converter bolts, a starter, and a few other little things. All of those parts will be here tomorrow, but I'd much rather get those slammed into the engine before I put that cab back down on the frame. But here's where it gets really exciting. I'm headed to Indiana. I'm gonna bring this to Dylan at Dirty Diamond Diesel Performance in Newcastle, Indiana. He told me him and his team and I, we're gonna collaborate and we're gonna get this thing running. As far as money goes, I have about, I'm gonna say I have about $12,000 into the truck right now. But to answer your question, am I going to run a giveaway with this truck? That's a big, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I think I've given away about 5 trucks on the channel so far. Definitely a fun experience, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. It's a tough one. Let me know in the comments, should I give away the LBZ? Let me know in the comments what you think about the frame, good, bad, or indifferent. As always, I really appreciate your guys' feedback. And before I close this video out, you have 2 weeks left. Actually, less than 2 weeks left. And I'm shutting down the turbo giveaway contest for good. So get entered in to win. I'll leave that link in the description below as well as the comments. But as always, I appreciate your guys' support. You guys can't miss this next video. I'm so pumped. We'll see you on the next video. Stay tuned.